Where we left off last was the life of Ibn Taymiyyah rahimahullah. And this is important from the standpoint of you need to know who is the author of a particular book, and you need to know something about him, and you need to be able to recall something regarding him. You read a book by Ibn Taymiyyah. Well, who is this Ibn Taymiyyah? What do you know about his life? What do you know about the man? So it's important that some knowledge be gathered regarding him. Some information be retrieved and recorded regarding him. And also the explainer of the book, which for us in this case is Abu Abdullah Muhammad ibn Salih Al Uthaimeen rahimahullah. What do you know about him? What do you know about him? So we'll take briefly the last of the life of Ibn Taymiyyah, because we took it before. We took the people having derision towards him and mistreating him. We took the fact that he became an enemy of every mubtada', every innovator he became an enemy of. We took the fact that he gave da'wah night and day, that he suffered. We took the fact that the Tatar were there, and the Tatar, the Mongols, were killing Muslims left and right, and Ibn Taymiyyah rahimahullah stood up to them, ordered them what was correct, not fearing the blame of the blamers and not fearing anything. We took that he would order what is good and forbid what is bad, that he responded to every group in accordance with what they were needed to be responded to. He responded to the Christians with his monumental book, Al-Jawab Al-Sahih Liman Badala Deen Al-Masih, the correct response to those who corrupted the deen of the Messiah. He responded to the Jews. He responded to the Sufis. He responded to Ash'a'ira. He responded to the Jahmiyyah, alayhi salam. He responded to the Maturidiyya. He responded to the Batiniyya. He responded to the Qadariyya. He responded to the Jahmiyyah. He responded to the Mu'tazila. He responded to the Karamiyya. He responded to the Karamita. He responded to everybody who was in fact up on some type of innovation. Ibn Taymiyyah rahimahullah dealt with them, subdued them, and conquered them. And so it's important to understand this. Why he's Sheikh al-Islam. Why he is in fact Sheikh al-Islam. We talked about him even getting thrown in jail for his viewpoint regarding the 3 talaqs. Because everybody was on the opinion that if you pronounced the 3 talaqs, then that was it. And of course Ibn Taymiyyah rahimahullah said it didn't matter how many times you pronounced it, in a general sense this was his fatwa, but that it was counted in one jalsa, one sitting, as 1 talaq. It was counted as 1 talaq. So he was thrown in prison for this, brothers. He was thrown in prison for this fatwa because it went against the general flow. It went against the general society. It went against what the people were generally up on. And so therefore he was thrown in prison. He was thrown in prison because of that. The question of the 3 talaqs. The issue was whether a divorce pronounced 3 times at the same time took legal effect or not. This issue raised the following considerations. And he goes on into the reasons behind it and the considerations in that. But Ibn Taymiyyah, and he was thrown in prison because of this. And a royal edict was issued in Cairo, 718 Hijri, 1381 Christian era, forbidding him from giving any more fatwa. Can you imagine that a qarar comes down and he's told that he can't give any more fatwa because of this? Initially Ibn Taymiyyah abided by the edict, but later on he began giving fatwas anyway. And then it was told that he should desist or fear the government. Then he was detained in the citadel. The citadel was a prison, qal'a. It's a prison, a well-known prison. Even to this day you can see this prison in Syria for his fatwa and his legal verdicts. He was placed in there for 5 months until he was released later from being ordered from Cairo to be released. 5 months in a prison cell. And the prison cells then were not like they are now. Just like everything today is not like it was then. And it was a hermit's hole, or less than that. It was in fact a prison. It was in fact a prison. And he dealt with that for this particular fatwa he gave regarding what? Whether or not divorce pronounced 3 times in one sitting took place or not. This shows the jealousy that was present. It shows the evil ulama, the evil so-called ulama who are around him, who wanted his harm, who wanted that he be destroyed, who wanted that he be removed, who wanted that he be humiliated. Bismillah. the final years. Between 721 after Hijrah and 726 after Hijrah, Ibn Taymiyyah devoted himself to teaching in Madrasa Hanbaliyah and his own Madrasa, Qassasin, and revising some of his earlier works. His adversaries again conspired to have him imprisoned. Here he continued writing tafsir of the Quran, as well as other works. Ibn Taymiyyah rahimahullah died in jail in Damascus on the Sunday or Monday of the 20th of Dhul Qa'dah in the year 728 Hijri, 26 to 27 September 1328, at the age of 67. He's buried in the cemetery of the Sufiya in Damascus. Even though Ibn Taymiyyah rahimahullah called against shirk and ordered with tawheed, the Sufis have a tendency still to visit his grave. Can you imagine that? Someone who has an abhorrent, appalling position regarding that whole thing, they had audacity to do that. He died in prison, brothers. This was his juhd, his striving, his amount of sincerity to Allah Tabaraka Ta'ala, that all of his life was spent in the worship of Allah Tabaraka Ta'ala, or acquiring knowledge regarding Allah Tabaraka Ta'ala, or defending the Sunnah, and exposing and deflecting the bid'ah, calling to tawheed, and warning against shirk. All his life been spent like this, acquisition of knowledge, and then acting on that knowledge, and calling people to that knowledge, and spreading that knowledge, until such time he sacrificed to such a degree where he died in prison. He died in the sijn. When they placed him in the sijn, Ibn Taymiyyah rahimahullah recited an ayah, which states that behind it is punishment, and inside of it is mercy. Behind it, and outside of the wall, is punishment, and inside of it is mercy. He recited this. And Ibn Taymiyyah rahimahullah used to say, Ma yasna adui bi, or whatever my enemy does with me, ana bustami fi sadri, my garden is in my chest. My garden is in my chest. Whichever way I go is with me. If they kick me out within the land, then this is like what going on a journey to tourism, to view things and to see things that are unique. That's how he's seen it. Kicking him out, meaning that you was giving him time to observe the creation of Allah Ta'ala and see the beauty and the richness of the creation of Allah Ta'ala. You're sending me on a tour. And imprisoning me is khalwa. Imprisoning me is khalwa. The time that I have to be alone with my Lord and remember my Lord and submit to my Lord and pray to my Lord. That's how he viewed it. They would get letters from Sheikh al-Islam Ibn Taymiyyah rahimahullah, his brothers and his students. And these letters, when he would say, they say, how you doing? He said, Ana fi ni'matin azima. I'm in a great blessing that I'm not able to calculate, nor am I able to articulate the full input of it to you. For this is one of the greatest blessings that Allah Ta'ala has placed upon me, that He has placed me in this matter. That He has placed me in this circumstance. In each letter, if you read, it is much more fatawa. Each letter was like that. I'm in a ni'mah, man. I'm in ni'mah. I'm in good situation, good condition. What Allah Ta'ala has given me here, is beyond belief. What I have learned, what I have experienced, what I have obtained of comfort and of serenity and of peace and of the sweetness of iman and of reflection